Beware of the dog that bit me.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Quarantine with another episode of the Trub. I'm Josh from here at the Dogcast. Let's talk about beer and beer things. Today I want to share one of my favorite go-to beers out of San Diego. I remember the first time I tried this beer out there. I don't know how many of those I had at different places we went to. Me and my buddy Corey went all over San Diego that day, and I was drinking these Belching Beaver peanut butter milk stouts like all over the place, and I can't get enough. It's sessionable, the fact that it's 5.5%. But okay, so I'll acknowledge this is a Nitro beer. So that means a hard pour. Hard pour means just let it drop in. Do not. This is my first time hard pouring a Belching Beaver. Some breweries do not have it down. You're supposed to hard pour it like that. Blum, 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 blum. As so. So yeah, it's nice. Perfect. Nicely done. So I don't know if they like chewed a little bit of nitrogen before they cap it or something like that, but shout out to Left Hand Brewing out of Longmont, Colorado. They are the first ones to get that down, that science down to a T. But as you can see, nice, maybe a little dirty glass, you know, dishwashers. Nice, perfect head retention. That was a fast cascade. But I can already smell that peanut butter. And I don't care what you think, but peanut butter goes on everything. I mean, everything. Maybe. But yeah. So today, we're going to talk about Belching Beaver. Great stuff. Happy that they're finally in Wisconsin. And we're going to talk about the new show, the Netflix series that just came out called Brews Brothers. Why not, right? Something that's bingeable, binge-watch worthy during such times. But let's talk a little bit about that show. They did a pretty good job with like a lot of like the brewery feels, the vibe, the look. They even get down to a little bit of beer science and beer talk. They acknowledge Untapped, which is a huge beer rating app, beer finder. You can use it in all sorts of ways. Very good app to have. Cicerone, they acknowledge Cicerone, which is a sommelier wine, but for beer. So knowing your beer. They acknowledge beer buses, which are pretty popular in bigger cities. This way, less driving, hop around all the areas. A friend brings you home, Uber home, get home safe. Good beers, be safe driving and all that. Yeah, I mean, beer buses are great. They acknowledged hop types. I forgot like Amarillo or what type they acknowledged, but like today's craft beer drinker really is starting to learn all the different hop types. There's a lot that don't give a damn and they don't have to, but the more you know, the more types of hops you like. Will I like this IPA? Will I not? Do I want to try it still? Trappist Monks, and obviously in the last episode of the Trub, we chat about Belgian style beers. So yeah, there's some, you know, they really captured the feels for a Netflix budget TV show pretty well. I didn't look and see if like they actually did the recording at a brewery specifically, or who helped in the brewing industry with a lot of that, because clearly there had to have been somebody or a few people behind that or involved. But yeah, so yeah, like has your main character, like, oh yeah, I like him. You got his brother who's the dick brother. He's like the dentist from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And you don't like him at first, but you know, maybe there's some spoilers here, but it really doesn't matter. It's not like the greatest show ever, but it's, you know, it's something to watch right now, especially if you like craft beer. So let's go a little bit more into that. Besides craft beer, it was made or directed by one of the guys from the league, so it kind of has that stupid trash humor, which I like sometimes. But yeah, let's get in a little bit more about that. But I'm gonna dig into this beer here because it's sitting in my hand, and I smell that peanut butter goodness. So it's a Nitro beer. It won't be carbonated. It's gonna have a different body, like a light, fluffy, thick, but light again. Easy, creamy body, thick, light, creamy body. And the lactose gives it a little sweetness. This is a very good beer, very good porter milk stout. Hence the lactose. So I got thrown off there. But yeah, so good. If you never had this beer, you like peanut butter, you gotta try their beers. They also have Viva La Beaver. They have some Imperial Stouts. Just try them all. Try them all. They also do some IPAs that are collab with Deftones. Yeah, which was a band I liked when I was a little kid. They changed a lot, but whatever. Another story. Back to the show, Brews Brothers on Netflix. It's one thing I noticed. I think there was a Focal Banger, which is a beer from The Alchemist, on the food truck. I think it was called Kids Menu or something like that. Random little beer knowledge there. And yeah, well, let's get into the other things. There's definitely some bad things. They hired an underager, and they continued the show with that. You know, they acknowledge it, that's bad, but then they somehow wing it to like where that's okay. That's not okay. Fuck that. That's not legal. I don't know what kind of light joke, what was the point of that even being in there? Also, they definitely have like a camaraderie, social environment feel, but they also acknowledge like puking and drinking till you're hammer smash faced, which a lot of the craft beer community doesn't do. There's definitely some that do and have a problem, but most craft beer drinkers do not drink like that. Also, the fact they do try to make it sound like Belgians are popular style beers in America, which I like that they added the Trappist Monk aspect to it. It's a very important part of beer history and beer, but it's not really. It's like sadly, it's like a dying style of beer. I'm sure there's definitely gonna be their staples that float around, but you don't see a lot of Belgian style beers and breweries opening these days. I like Belgian beers, but like we said in the last, I think around 30% of people just don't, because they don't like the yeast strain. But yeah, so Belgian beers, I disagree, like the whole feel like trying to say it's a popular style, but it has its place. They also try to make it sound like bottles over cans, when this generation is definitely going cans to bottles. For one, your beer won't get light struck in a can, and it's not really going to get a metallic taste, most likely. I mean, I guess there are hints that could happen with that, but yeah, it's not like it's a huge deal, but definitely think more breweries are going cans over bottles, and I bet you it's at least 50% now. It's gotta be. And then last but not least, they make a beer, and they somehow, this show is raunchy, it is dirty, a lot of it's not tasteful, but the kid helping, I think it was the soccer team, helping bottle their big beer in a dildo glass, and they show the kid jerking off the dildo glass. It's like, why? What the fuck are you thinking? Like, that was not even, it wasn't funny. It's a fucking little kid. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? That sucked. Like, that humor sucked. I like stupid humor, but that just sucked. And no, I'm not upset, but that's just what it is. That wasn't very tasteful. There's a lot of bad jokes, like butt and fart jokes, which I like, but I don't think they delivered well. However, once in a while they did throw out a few things where I realized I was actually giggling there. So there's potential, but for the most part on that show, Brews Brothers on Netflix, it's kind of leaning toward no, but like if you're a beer fan and you like raunchy humor, just watch it. You might really like it. But to the typical person, I don't think they're gonna like it. The jokes, most of them do suck. It's like Seth Rogen swearing like a high school kid again, you know, that kind of humor, but like not well done. But yeah. You know, yeah, I'd say it kind of missed. It's about 50-50. IMDb's got it like at a 4.4. I'm gonna rate Brews Brothers on Netflix a 5.5 out of 10. Like, it has that potential, and the actors seem like they could fit those roles, but they just miss. Yeah, worth a watch though right now if you like craft beer and raunchy jokes. So, whatever. But what am I going to rate Belching Beaver's Peanut Butter Milk Stout Nitro Edition? It's very good. It's going to get a good rating. Remember, all peanut butter, everything. Belching Beaver Peanut Butter Milk Stout. Solid 8.25. out of 10. 8.25 peanut butter beavers out of 10. And thanks for checking out my review on Brews Brothers, and definitely snag yourself some Belching Beaver. Hope you're all making it through this whole quarantine. Beer will help. I have been drinking more beer every day. I'm not ashamed of it. So thanks for checking in. The doggy's home. So we'll see you all soon. Keep drinking beer, keep playing video games. We'll get through this. Support craft beer. Cheers.